warriors in the house.
For
Yeah,
real, though.
bro.
Yeah, dude. We
Made the
like
trip.
we pushed through like pretty much wasteland to get here.
Yeah,
It was
we
important
drove
to us.
Atmore, we drove.
Atmore? Y'all went through Atmore?
Yeah, we went through
God.
Atmore.
I feel like that went out of the way.
You could go
Atmore's
65
kind of
gets
out
off
and then
it.
you come down.
I don't know.
You
man.
should have got off at
I
like
know.
Loxley, and then came through Molino.
Oh.
You know,
Those could be
Cantonment?
made up
That's the
names
same-
for all I know.
Ask
dude.
Google,
I
bro.
don't
I
know.
don't know.
Made it up.
Made it up.
Those are just, yeah, sure. Yeah,
Atmore.
totally. I'd totally make that one.
That's
Yeah.
wild, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, no, you're right.
Are you coming down for Justin's like pro
Yeah.
day?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
When is that?
April?
It's in April. Yeah, it's like mid-April, I think. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe
real
April
bad.
23rd.
That's more
I don't know
than
if that's
a
a
day,
weekend.
isn't it? It's like a weekend.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
weekend, and
Yeah.
we were kind of warned that Atmore is like a couple buildings.
Yeah.
Couple
Dude, it's
buildings.
a casino and the sign that says Atmore.
Yeah.
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 We were looking at like all the like
horrible.
metal buildings, just like which one of these is Justin's gym?
Yeah, which one?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
We heard he built a gym, so like there's the possibility that he physically built the gym.
Yeah, very.
Yeah,
He
I've
might be
been-
the guy that builds the things over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the
He might be
guy.
the guy.
The only one.
Have you heard Justin?
Y'all want a fourth building? We gotta
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
call
Straight up.
Justin
Call Justin. Where's Justin?
Fuck it.
He sounds like that's where accents are made.
He made the first one.
Yeah, like when I hear him coaching at competitions, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that adds up.
All right.
That's Atmore.
Where are you from? Never mind.
He starts coaching. You're like, we're this far south? What's
Yeah, I'm like, dude, we're right by the beach.
going on? We're getting a time
Alabama's leaking over.
This
It's
is
wild.
Alabama, bro. Straight up.
Yeah.
You get Molino and Cantonment. That's Alabama, bro. Straight up.
machine. Again, those could be
Straight
made
up.
up words. dude.
They're, you know,
Dude,
I
yeah,
wish
like,
they were.
Where are you? Like, what is your town?
So like, I grew up in the south.
Okay.
But like in real close proximity to Atlanta, pretty much my whole life.
So,
Not
yeah, but
south.
y'all
Not
see snow.
really.
Not
Decatur's
really
not the
south.
South.
You see snow, right?
I mean, it collapses the whole economy, but yeah.
Yeah. So
Like,
it
we
feels
get
different.
snowed in. It's like 1 inch, and just everything shuts down for a couple of days.
Yeah, dude. I like the last time we got snow was like 94 or something, and it was just enough to touch the ground. Like it's like what your car looks like if it got cold outside.
Yeah.
That's what the
Yeah.
floor
Yeah,
looks
it's like a
like.
little bit of frost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
and
Yeah.
it's like time
Fucking
stood
everybody
still here.
freaks out.
Yep.
Pictures, and it's like
We did have a big ass freeze a couple years ago that like
But it
knocked
just
out
got
some
cold.
roads and shit. Well, it did some damage for sure.
yeah.
Because,
but
like,
I'm
what's
saying,
damage,
like,
though?
You can visibly
like
tell it
pipes
was
busting and roads,
Oh, yeah.
road
Okay.
shit, like all
Yeah.
kind,
Like,
shit like
places
that.
weren't winterized because like
Because we're
we live here.
Exactly.
Florida.
Cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a '93 Mustang, and my handle stayed in my hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
The car
yeah.
stayed there, pulled it clean off.
Yeah. He's not that strong.
He's not
He's
that
not that
Yeah, get
strong.
out the gym,
Fucking
dog.
hulking.
And I was like,
where
dude,
the
I don't
fucking
know
gas
how
comes
going.
from.
So happy. we
Yeah,
didn't
why you
train
think he's
him.
got a
Too
cast
strong
on,
for my
dude?
fucking bones.
Left hand too
strong.
strong, bro.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, man.
it was wild. And then we had a really big flood that year too, that literally cleaned off part of
Scenic highway.
Yeah,
it took out
like
most of Scenic
it was
Highway.
like a landslide, like clean off.
And if you
Cars
go down
were in
Scenic,
it.
it's just like, I mean, it's already
You're
real
on a
downhill.
cliff.
You know, yeah, cliffy, very cliffy around there.
Yeah.
but took out quite a few houses and stuff, which was interesting. But yeah, man. Well, before we get any further, in case you guys don't know, we do have some guests on with us today. We never do this. If
Yeah,
you
we
guys would
never
like to introduce
people. We're
yourselves.
super
Oh,
bad
word.
at that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Kevin Sherill. Kevin Grapples on Instagram. Handsome Kevin in the wrong places of Instagram.
The absolute wrong places.
This is
Yeah.
my buddy Gerald. Yeah.
What's up, Gerald? Train at 10 PATL. Just fucking came down to kick it.
Yeah, y'all told me
yeah.
to bring an interesting person, and I was
Yeah.
like, this is the best I can do.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, kind of like a
What?
hit at your
I
boy.
mean, I mean, it's okay. We roll.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We roll.
He'll definitely equalize that a bit.
Yeah, we'll
One of
see.
those throws. He's deep history and like deep background in judo. So he'll like, I'll just be like standing with him. I wrestled for a long time and did a little bit of judo, and we'll be standing, and he'll just like tilt a little bit, and I'll feel my balance break and see my life flash before my eyes.
You're like,
yeah, and he won't throw me, and I'll just
You
like
just gotta
break
make
out
sure he
sweats and just,
knows.
like, what
Yeah.
just happened.
Yeah. He looks you deep
appreciate
in the
that,
eyes
bro.
and he's like, you know what I could have just done, right?
Obviously.
Exactly what
But,
happens.
you know, he could also just shoot from no ties and just be like, oh, fuck. What am I supposed to do? There's no clothes here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Nogi's fun.
I get definitely
yeah.
like 14 feet away.
Yogi gets addictive because you can play different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever train like gi or anything?
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck it.
yeah, for a long time. There's a belt somewhere. I don't know.
I mean, all these no-gi gyms give out fucking belts. Like, what are you gonna do with this? Like,
that is true. Like, I've had these conversations with no-gi gyms. Like, what would be the good compromise? Blue shorts, purple
You know how
shorts,
weird that
or
would
like,
be, right?
Yeah. But you do like rash guards with like a colored shoulder or something. But like when you're starting off in jiu-jitsu, like he's just
it's nowhere near as cool.
Yeah, you want to be like all blacked out, or you want to do like the white black. And if you wear a color, then it's like, oh, so people assume you're a color or something.
Yeah.
Like, you can't wear your favorite color because then you're like a fucking nerd wearing your... And then you're like, oh, I'm going to smash this purple belt. But it's like no, this is my first day.
I'm just majestic.
I just like purple.
I'm just majestic. Sorry, man. I like drip. I don't know.
Yeah,
dude.
Sorry.
That's why it's like, you'll get to like certain 10th Planet gyms and they're like super into like unicorns and galaxies.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
the
like,
fucking
You
supernatural.
have no idea.
Supernatural survival gear.
Yeah.
Oh my
Camp Peters.
gosh.
It's like you can't tell what anyone is because of the color schemes of everything. It's like, oh, he's wearing a camo gi, but I guess a belt would give that away. But yeah.
I was in Chicago like a week ago, training with 10th Planet Chicago, and they're like, they all wear ranks, but none of them are their ranks. And I didn't figure this out for like 2 days training with them. And I was like, I need y'all to stop. There were these two brothers, right?
Yeah.
And one's a purple belt that's been training like 15 years. And the other one's a white belt that's been training like 15 months.
Yeah.
I said something like 1 to 2 years, maybe. And like, I can't tell the difference between the two of them. I'm sure somebody can.
Like visually, you mean?
Yeah. So like when they walk up and ask for a roll, you don't know which one this is.
Yeah.
So like that.
So you don't know if he's baiting you, or if he legit doesn't know what he's doing.
That poor white belt brother got everything I was holding for that purple belt dude. We like had a tough roll at one point. It was like he was going for my legs hard. The purple belt was, and I was like, cool. And like the next day, I was like, I got him. Yeah, I'm gonna have. I'm gonna wreck him. I was like, he came for my legs like that. I'm like coming like cocked and ready to go. I was like, I'm gonna wait for him to ask. So I don't feel like a bully for what I'm about to do to this guy.
But I'm gonna give it to him.
And you're like, I don't remember it being Dwayne.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Like, I don't give a shit.
Other guys,
my name's Dwayne. He's getting double legged.
To the sky.
Slap bump, and I just fucking arm drag him. Like, he. So they don't wear their ranks. They just wear like different whatever colors, whatever they feel like, which is cool. That's fine. But it does lead to that.
Like, I mean, if you got a white belt homie, you have to let them know, hey, ranked gear is, kind of like putting a target on your back, like
especially if it's something like a long sleeve spat and it's like a bar of red. It's like, okay, so now I think you're a black belt.
Yep.
So what's up?
Yeah.
Or it's like a bar of one color. Then you're like, okay, what is this?
Yeah, and then he takes that first L in a round, and every other like lower belt smells blood.
Yeah.
Like, that black belt's tappable. Let's go.
Or you're wondering, is this like one of those like undercover boss situations where it's like a black belt disguised as a white belt?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They should do it in reverse. Have a white belt disguised as a black belt and just like, ooh, I'm so dumb. And it's like, no, I legit am dumb.
You mean like some of the gi guys that just come with their like actual black belts and like get wrecked? Yeah.
Dude, it is wild. Like if you are a black belt and like all you know is one or the other, you can't typically just float right into the other. You drop rank pretty heavily when you go into the other if you don't understand like gripping techniques or
100%.
something.
Yeah, dude.
It's weird.
But
you would think it would transfer very well.
They look the same. Sports look the same on the outside, not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like Sambo and Judo and like fucking karate and Taekwondo, they're like, but everybody calls this karate.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're like, you do karate? I'm
Dude.
like, yeah, I do karate.
That meta shift.
I just gave
You
up.
do UFC?
That meta shift will kick you in the teeth so hard. One of the first things I learned coming from like wrestling in college and then like going to jiu-jitsu and just getting guillotined like a I was like, I'm like shooting double legs, like shooting pretty low into front headlocks and getting like immediately strangled. I'm like, oh, I was lied to.
Yeah.
Like this position is an illusion if you can strangle people.
Yeah.
Like it exists for 5 seconds in a gi especially until they're just collar choking the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I think like that's his favorite thing, but I think that's why I like fall in love with jiu-jitsu because there are rules, but the rules are like in place for sports jiu-jitsu. It's not in place for like when you roll, it's like everything's legal other than like you don't wrist lock or like leg lock and white belt. Like or certain locks, right?
Depends on what gym you're
There's
in.
courtesy.
Exactly.
Courtesy exists.
But it's like in jiu-jitsu, the only thing that you don't legitimately do, you could just add in later, like eye gouges. Like if you're in a street fight and you're fighting for your fucking life, all you got to do is throw a thumb in.
Yeah.
But they're not going to train that. But it's like obviously
Poke that motherfucker's eye out.
There's a dude at that we used to train with. I'm not gonna say his name on the off chance this ever comes across. But there's a dude that like
that's a technique he does.
Kind of an old timer. Nah, he every time. Like when I was a blue belt, I like went in there extra. And me and my buddies were like doing a little drill round or whatever. And he's done this to so many people. It's now like a running joke. We're like walking out the gym after having like just done like some passing work for like an hour or whatever. And he kind of like stops. You guys getting extra work in? We're like, yeah. And he goes, yeah. And you guys what, pass and guard? And we were like, yeah, man. And he goes, yeah. Bet you couldn't pass my guard where I gouged your eyes out. And I was like, you're probably right.
Yeah,
that would shift my priorities
correct,
dramatically.
Yeah,
I would not pass your guard.
You're on. No.
Yeah, dude, no way.
I'm gonna go. Yeah,
he's like a former MMA fighter, and like it's the
he's got some fake credentials out there too. Like he's a multiple time sambo.
Don't narrow
like
it down too bad.
Black
dude.
belt. There's no black belts in fucking sambo, bro.
Anybody who's met this guy knows who we're talking about because he said it to him. Yeah, but like, he's like, yeah, man, I don't care how good your double leg defense is. Can't stop a 45 caliber hand.
You ever had him try to teach you technique?
Right,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to also name too many names, but we've had people on in the past that said, like, somebody was quick like a gun. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, yeah, he's a tiny guy, but he'll fucking kill you with his hands like this. And I'm like, well, that never existed, okay? That's never existed in all of time.
Even one time.
Yeah. Like, unless he's a Terminator, and he can literally kill you just crunching his hand, it just, no.
Yeah.
But you know how many cops you'll come across? Like, I was on, this is going to be weird. I was on a skate team at a church.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right? That was weird.
Yeah.
So
he's like, yep,
we agree.
Weird right
That's
off.
an odd series of words in that order.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
I got really close with the cop that was the security
Oh
guard.
my God.
Cool, that's fine.
It's also the first time those words have ever been said in that order, too. Like, straight up.
But he did show me one thing that is legitimate, but you have to have somebody doing the first motion for it to even work. But he just takes his fingers and digs it into that hole. And that would work if somebody will stand with you and hold to that.
Yeah.
But, dude, if somebody's doing that, take a step back. I don't know.
You could just walk away. Like,
Oh,
sir, why are you
push their
touching
hand
me?
away, like, stop,
Like,
dude.
Just put your
Excuse
hand
me?
there and then turn. Like,
It's a really odd way to flirt, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like...
That
But
looks like some Dust tactical shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And then I go
put
straight
him on
to
the
the
ground.
air.
Hit him with a
Dude, have you seen
You're
him-
lucky I didn't do that full force, you'd be dead.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, have you seen him do legit
Here, hold a gun while you do it.
interviews where he's like, people are making fun of it, but he's like, that's fine to mock it. Like, they're not in these situations. And I'm like, yeah, they're legitimately fighting people for a living.
Yeah, there was that one where
money's on the
Ariel-
line.
With the most recent one with Ariel, where he was like, "Yeah, man, they're not stopping criminals." And I was like, Kevin Holland just ran a dude down who stole a car.
Yeah.
Dude stole a car, and he like physically ran him down.
Before that, John Jones took, I think it was the day of the Gus fight,
Yep.
in a park the day of the fight.
Yeah,
Before the fight. Like,
who was Derek Lewis?
Derek Lewis pulled the dude out of his fucking car?
Yeah,
That was awesome.
yeah, dude.
He was like, oh, you're trying to rob my car? Oh, for sure.
there is a track record of this. Like,
This
these,
actually
happened.
these trained professionals. I mean, I did that on the wrong thing.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
these trained professionals
Yeah,
actively doing what you say
claim doesn't
cannot be
happen.
done.
Yeah.
Who's the dude that just absolutely pieced somebody up in a bar?
McGregor?
Joe Schilling.
Conor McGregor.
That was a good first guess.
you're right.
Because that's right,
You're
too.
both right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a bad trivia game.
We're
Which
losing.
MMA fighter?
MMA fighter got no fight in a bar.
Ooh. How many guesses?
Where is all of them?
Yeah, but the Joe Schilling one,
Oh my god!
where he just
I
lit
mean-
that
Like a
dude up.
5-piece combo.
I feel like
I
more
didn't see
information
that.
has come out since then. Have you heard that?
Yeah,
I didn't
Like
see
he was
any of
saying
this.
some wild
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah, I'm
like
absolutely in Joe Schilling's corner about it.
yeah.
Before, when I just saw the footage, I was in his corner. I'm like,
I mean,
fuck that guy.
I mean, even knowing the shit you know about Joe Schilling, he doesn't come across like somebody that would just deck somebody for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like he seemed like of his wits that he'd know like this isn't gonna go well if
Yeah.
I'm just decking fucking people.
Yeah.
Did you see his post about it?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, he posted about it. Joe Schilling did, and like I don't follow him or anything. Somebody shared it to my group chat, and I was like, man, this is almost worth a follow. He posted about it, was like, explained the situation, was like, that guy was being antagonistic and belligerent the whole night. He was saying certain things, and like supposedly like I want to say like they were like slurs, something like that. And he listed all of that guy's stuff when he did.
That's what I heard too.
And he goes, and then I went to the bathroom, and on my way back, that guy like squared up with me. And he said something like, and I feared for my life, and put a winky face.
Yeah.
And it cracked me up.
That
was like,
shit is
Nice.
and legally speaking, I feared for my life. And you look at the video, and he's just like towering over the guy.
Yeah. Some people need to be checked like that, though. Like they,
I'm not mad at it.
For real,
they
though.
come out
It's
with
all
a
good.
big chest, like, dude, you
think
have
they
to-
know the fuck. They
like
own
the-
the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can show you the truth, but you're not gonna like the truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
You're gonna be asleep here in a minute.
this false flag you're waving is not gonna go well. okay.
Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. Some
wild,
people
dude.
need that, man.
Yeah, man.
It's hard to say, but like,
But
man.
but it also is weird, like in jiu-jitsu or like any combat sport, really. Not all the people in it fit the part of what you think they should look like. Like this room of people are kind of unassuming. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think any of us look like. Maybe me because of tattoos, but that's it. If I had no tattoos,
And your ears are non-existent. You can't hear out of them.
I mean,
right?
look at his ear.
I just got the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can't
bought
put
both of
headphones.
them.
You're willing to
You
fight
can't-
this side
you
of my
can't
body.
put-
This side of my body, you're like,
The left side is cool.
No,
the
you know
right
what you
side,
do?
You
don't
deck
fuck
me.
with that guy.
You know what you do? You're like, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
You go to the bad ear, and you're like,
dude,
no,
I got this in college, and I wrestled forever as state champion, and then I go to college and wrestling in college again, and for whatever that was, like that's when it did it, and I got cauliflower ear. And my first semester when I was up there, I was getting in. It was Cedar Falls, Iowa. It's northern Iowa, and like there's a real big bar fight culture in Iowa. They all like it's commonly known, man. Like past about 1 a.m., you just either leave the bar or you're getting in a fight. Like they'll just pick people up.
Sounds like
and,
a cool spot.
You see people looking around the room, dude. You want to get some reps? You want to get some
Trying to get some
sparring
rounds
reps?
in?
Real
Yeah,
authentic
yeah,
sparring
for
rounds?
free.
Yeah.
So
you
like,
just gotta leave quick.
yeah. So like that just happened all the time, and I like didn't know what was good for me. So I was like, yeah, let's go, and like just got in so many fights.
So
go
that is
at
from
1
fights, not
a.m.?
wrestling.
And like no. So I got it from
okay.
college wrestling. Around second semester after it developed, I stopped getting in fights, and it was weird
fucking with you.
because I was like still shit talking just as much as the little asshole I was, and like still shit talking, still being a jerk. And I asked one of my teammates, I was like, man, this is bullshit. Why did I stop getting in fights? Like nobody wants to fight me anymore. They're all just like, I'll start talking shit to them, and they'll be like, you know what, bro, you're good. It's cool. You're right. My bad. And they walk off, and I'm like, what happened? Nobody's escalating anymore.
Yeah.
And he goes, look at your ear, dude. Because they all size you up. And he goes, they check your ears, and they go, nope.
Yeah.
Walk away. He was like,
I'll pass.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
they looked at you before, and you look like you.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I'll deck this guy.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Because we have sweet faces.
Yeah.
I got
You
some
came
sweet
to Cedar
faces.
Falls a
on us,
boy,
you know?
you left a man.
Yeah, dude.
I
man.
went out there as just a nice young man. You bring home to mom, and I get cauliflower ear, and
Look at this
stop
thug here.
Yeah. Look at this thug.
What took you from Iowa to Atlanta?
so I'm from Atlanta area, suburbs around Atlanta. I went up to Iowa to wrestle. It was either Northern Iowa, Duke, or UNC. And I think that is the dumbest decision I've ever made in my fucking life. I was
Yeah,
like,
that seems like
like those are two really good schools.
Yeah.
And then Northern Iowa was alright, but it had a really good wrestling program.
the issue as like a collegiate athlete. You like, do you want to be the man at a place, or do you want to be a guy that was
Be
at a
part
place
of
where
a-
a bunch of people were at?
Dude, that's the other thing is like, I think I would have done better. I would have been a bigger deal on like say Duke's team,
Yeah.
but like who gives a shit? Like you're wrestling in a gym and then like 200 feet away, Zion Williamson is like windmill dunking on somebody.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. I wouldn't go to my dual meets either. Like I wouldn't know. Like I want to be there.
You're like giving
Yeah.
away things. You're like, dude, I'll bring food for after if you want to hang out after. They're like, I'm busy.
You want to hang out after? I don't know.
You're like, look, man, when the basketball game's over, we'll let you guys in free. And they're
Yeah.
like, probably not.
Yeah, there's an after party actually. I can't make. You're like, oh wow, okay, but the after party's way later than my meet. Yeah, we're gonna get ready. Okay,
We gotta like
after party.
get cleaned up.
yeah,
It's
wipe
gonna
the
be pretty-
sweat
It's the next day though. Yeah, it takes a while.
I went to my schedule clear in case Zion wants to do something.
You're like, do you even know him on a personal level?
No, but I might though.
I've seen him.
I might see him as he's leaving.
We might
Who knows?
make a
Anything
connection.
could happen, dude.
Yeah.
If you don't have the opportunity,
I might though.
what is it? What is it like? Yeah, I mean, it's where opportunity meets. Luck is opportunity and whatever.
But they're done. They're like, it's where opportunity meets Zion Williams, and I gotta take that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta do that.
Me, I'm opportunity.
Yeah, man. Luck is where opportunity meets a lottery pick. I'm gonna get pregnant. I don't know. You're a dude. Saying. Yeah, well, you know what? Meal tickets are meal tickets.
Dude, you know what's fucking wild about that is they're fucking. Brittany Renner is becoming like a inspirational speaker over shit like that.
100%.
Like, she is being paid to go to colleges to be like, hey, don't get trapped by women.
It's like, here's the techniques, here's the playbook. It's 10K for this my
now if I'm at that thing and Brittany Renner's like, but you cute, I'd be like,
yeah, I'm immediately gonna. Yeah.
I forgot everything you just said.
Failed.
Yeah, that's the final fail.
I'd have been like, yeah, I failed, but like, were you being serious?
But I'm still cute, right? Like, you still feeling?
Like, no, absolutely not. You had no shot.
Commiserate over some drinks later.
I'd be like, I'm sorry. Like,
it sounds like I need
punish me.
Sounds like I need remedial lessons.
Yeah.
Some tutoring.
I'm not retaining the knowledge. You think we could go over by ourselves later?
I'll stay after class. Whatever you need. I'm real dedicated to my studies.
Yeah.
My books are wide open.
And then she asked for the contract.
Meet at all.
Aren't you the star player? Yeah, well, not now.
Not anymore. Opportunity, I don't know.
Something came up. I can't stand up either, but
something came up.
Something's up,
She has to see that 10-figure contract and is like, I don't have it. I just don't want to fucking have it. She's like, I don't have time for you. Yeah, she's
basically making a career out of looking ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Who even is this lady?
Brittany Renner?
You don't know Brittany Renner?
Who is that?
She's fucking gorgeous.
Who is it?
She's fucking gorgeous.
I'm about to...
Is it what? But what does she do? Where did she start
She's a
from?
professional
Dude, they have
thought.
Brittany Renner?
A professional thought?
The actual...
Respect.
They have the meetings, her meeting all these pro athletes.
I know who...
I mean,
you're talking about.
YouTube is gonna have really shitty like full body things, but like,
but still,
I mean, hi.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Like, she has trapped many a men,
dude. But okay.
There was one I saw. There was actually the clip of her talking to the college athletes.
Yeah, that clip is fucking good.
Yes,
so
and she's fucking
who
dressed.
Who was it? Who was the fucking guy?
Was it Deion Sanders?
Yeah, Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
That's who Deion Sanders. Like, hey, I know what kind of girls you guys like. She you all fail this test.
Yo, 100%.
She could ruin my life,
dude.
100%.
Yeah,
I need to now get
dude. Hey, let me just be honest. Girls that don't look like that have ruined my life before.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's like I've had my life ruined for far less.
For way less.
Far less, dude. Yeah. That's a steal.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah, dude.
You have a real bad track record with letting women. There's
her
no way
fan
I
base
turn her
is
down.
called the Thick Army.
What?
Thick
Army.
Yeah.
So did she get her start just like being courtside or something?
Yeah,
like,
she was going like courtside at like high school games and shit like that.
Oh wow!
Not joking.
Bro, you gotta start recruiting young.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, she like
top guy in the
fucking
scene. Yeah.
Do your thing, but she is definitely like she can pick and choose.
Yeah.
Famous, not famous.
Yeah.
Like the dude that got her pregnant was like in high school when she went to go see his game, his first game. Yeah.
What? He's now everybody's heard of men grooming girls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are those career paths that aren't available to
you know why
if I go to like a high school volleyball game,
you're a creep.
Yeah, no, I'm gone. I'm arrested immediately.
100%.
Now I have no friends.
You walk in, they make you walk out.
Deion Sanders is not inviting me to speak.
No. Yeah. The only way dudes can do this.
Well,
just
tread light.
Tread
light.
Okay, no.
I'm
going to give you a good reference, and y'all are going to know right away.
Okay.
Is that they have either unbelievably high clout of some sort.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a Drake, yeah.
Bam!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Drake and Millie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drake and Millie, dude.
Yeah, true.
Millie is like, what, 3 years old?
Yeah, just about. She might have hit 4 recently.
Has happened.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Literally, Stranger Things.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah.
Have happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
Yeah.
Now, all you have to do is be alive.
If she had another role, I would quote it, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, she was in King Kong.
You could have said she was like 11.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Or whatever the King Kong Godzilla thing was. where it was like,
oh yeah,
King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, I guess so.
Skull Island or something.
That.
But I mean, I didn't see it. I just saw the trailer. But I'm saying like, Drake ain't the hottest dude in the world.
Nah, it's the clout, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Still gets
he's a good looking guy.
True.
He's a good looking guy.
I mean,
it's like, oh, look at him being the
if he's
I was about to say, you be honest.
You're telling me you wouldn't give up, I don't know, all your friends if Drake was like,
come hang out.
Let me touch your wiener for a day.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Right.
I never hear from him.
You didn't even have to ask.
I'd never hear from him again.
Of course
for sure.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, dude. But,
I don't know.
But she could just be like, I'm thirsty. I'd be like, what do you want to drink? I'll go get it.
Yeah, she's in another
Just bring out
state.
a tray of stuff. I didn't know what you wanted.
I brought all of them.
I went to the like Powerade machine. It's just every Powerade flavor is just, I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Drake still gets rightfully dragged for it, for sure, for like grooming. But like, boy, has that not affected his career at all. Not at all, dude.
When you are the number one in any industry, it almost like Michael Jackson was unaffected. Even when all these allegations were coming out, he was still at the top. Even when he's gone, he's still at the top.
Still,
now, if you're R. Kelly, you're not at the top.
Yeah, no. If you're not number one, if you're not first, you're last, right? And so then,
So like Bill Cosby was cool for a while because he was like maybe number one in his
while
era.
he was up there.
He was cool.
You're right.
But then he starts to fall off, and then people are like,
fell outside the force field.
Hey, remember that shit?
Once you lose that number one status, dog.
They're like, remember
comes
them
quick.
89 women? They didn't forget. They are bringing it up.
No, they're back.
Do you think that's like a driving force? Like Drake keeps putting out albums because he's like, bro, if I slow down,
I gotta stay number
if I
one.
lose momentum,
I gotta
they're
stay
coming
number
for
one.
me.
That might be it. But what's wild about like
Might
celebrities now is like NDAs exist for a reason because people were caught so much and they were like, yo, you signed this shit. I'll let you fucking gangbang me. I don't give a shit. You can peg me. I don't care, but you can't talk about it.
Oh wow!
Like,
you gotta keep that under. But they're breaking NDAs like crazy nowadays too. Like it's like, oh yeah, we'll give you.
Dude, you know what they're doing?
like
they're
Taylor
probably going to a lawyer first, studying like, what can I do to break an NDA before I sign it? Like, do I just like misspell my name?
Yeah.
Like, what do I do?
Like sign off the dotted line
Dude,
a little bit.
A lot are dramatically unenforceable.
Yeah.
Like, so there's a bunch of contracts, but there's like 3 main examples that are like largely unenforceable.
Okay, inform us.
Right.
Not that we're signing NDAs to fuck Drake, but
if
we were.
But look, man, I'm not saying I signed an NDA.
Drake's is
to fuck
ironclad,
Drake.
for sure.
Well, you couldn't tell us if you did. So
I couldn't confirm or deny.
So you know, right?
Yeah,
right.
Certified lover boy,
if
right?
I did though,
But
if I did, no. There's the 3 most common ones are NDAs, non-competes, and like gym memberships.
Dude,
I know all
tough.
Yeah, gym memberships have these like ironclad contracts that are wildly unenforceable.
Hey, dude, my very first gym ever, I was signed up under a contract that said it was a year, and we broke it. But how we broke it was I just cut my card and got a new card.
Yeah.
And
as you
guess
do.
what? Nothing fucking happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're not gonna. Come after you.
Did exactly the same thing and kept going to the gym, and people were like, they're gonna send you to collections, and I was like, well, we're gonna find out, aren't we? Like nothing ever happened. They will totally send you to collections if the number gets big enough. That doesn't mean they have a right to collect. If you go, oh cool, take me to court, prove that I owe you that money. As if you don't pay it, you're probably all right.
As soon as I stopped paying and going, it was just like it disappeared. Gone.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of non-competes that aren't legally enforceable. Those are probably like of the 3 I guess I offered up. Like that's the most enforceable one.
If you're willing to get a little ballsy, you could do it with medical bills.
Oh yeah,
Yes, you can. No offense, never paid a medical bill in my life.
No offense.
No offense. Why would I be
Why?
offended?
Yeah.
I'm
Hey, bro,
I'm an
medical
insurance rep.
I pay all my medical bills.
You like walked in the door
You've
and
been
walked out.
served. Just walk out.
Well, I didn't know you knew that shit about the contract, so I don't know if you're in the medical field. I don't know.
What did you go to school for, actually?
I was
Because you know about contracts.
What's up, dude?
I was a double major in business and art.
2 majors.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Another double major right here.
There we go.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, man. I looked into all that stuff because the non-competes, the gym memberships, specifically, and breaking your gym contract. The non-disclosure agreement, I know for other reasons, but like I have a friend who signed one and like had to look into it And I'm not. I suppose I probably shouldn't elaborate on that.
Probably wouldn't say anything anymore.
Hey, he got paid handsomely for his girl. Don't worry.
He doesn't know Drake. So the other ones were just like through the process of like looking into like martial arts gyms and like if you're gonna design a contract. I've my ex-fiance's dad runs like
a lot of like things went before that.
Yeah, we're just gonna blow through that.
Yeah, okay.
Owns a big name gym in Atlanta.
Okay.
And he like talked to me about it for a long time, back when she wasn't my ex-fiance yet.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, we don't have contracts. And it's not because it doesn't like it's not a good idea to lock somebody in for a whole bunch of money. And he goes, but they're legally unenforceable for the most part. And he goes, gyms do them, and it creates this weird antagonistic relationship with you and your gym.
Yeah.
And he goes, so what we do is we pay, I think they're every 2 weeks or every month. And he goes, and it's pay as you go. And we like advertise big on how we don't have a contract, and it's pay as you go.
Yeah.
And da-da-da. And he said, and it sets us up as the good guy, when in reality, we're doing the exact same thing those guys are legally allowed to do.
Yeah.
They just bluff.
Yeah. And then it creates a weird relationship between somebody
weird
going to the gym and the gym. Yeah.
It's like living with your best friend. Like,
yeah.
we live together. This is his house, and I pay my rent, but I pay like super ahead of time, like months ahead of time.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, it would be like, hey man, yeah, that's cool shit. Like your fucking mom died. Rent's been
anyways,
what's up with that?
Did she leave you anything?
Did she at least leave rent money?
Yeah, because I'm gonna need that slid over here.
When you're, wipe up your tears first. I don't want to like muddy the ink, but like write that check.
Yeah. Also, don't cry in the fucking money, dude. I need that shit dry. The bank only takes dry bills.
Yeah. I had a buddy who was one of my best friends that roomed with me. And it went well and everything, but he like broke his lease and like had to move out. And I was like, man, that's not how that works. He was like, yeah, bro, I just gotta like take some time off, and I'm gonna go stay with my girl in New York for a couple of months. And I'm like, so I just won't pay rent. And I was like, that's not how that works.
No, that's cool and all, but hold on though.
Have you heard of New York before?
Do you know? You know this whole lease thing works?
Yeah, like that's cool, man. While you're away, you still gotta pay rent. Like I don't care if you're in the room or not. But like he's my friend, so I was like, and he was doing that because he was like, I gotta save some money, so I'm gonna stay at her place. First of all, you're going to New York to save money. You're really fucking up.
Yeah,
like,
that's counterproductive.
Yeah, but like also I was like, man, if you weren't like super close to my friend, I'd be willing to be a dick about this, but I'm not gonna. Yeah. But it was like it's the same thing. It's like you room with a friend, and all of a sudden we have this weird antagonistic relationship.
Awkward relationship. Yeah.
So that's why gyms have that to try and lock you in and create this illusion and kind of bully people into paying way more money than they are legally obligated to pay, or you just do a regular pay schedule like a normal fucking business, and you pay for the things you use, and you look like a good guy.
So is that something you're like interested in doing?
100%.
Word.
Yeah. Whenever like
the way you speak, you seem like you would be a good coach or like instructor or like
I appreciate it. Yeah, I teach classes at a gym like couple minutes away from Sean's spot. So a couple days a week I run their no-gi program, and like my passion's 100% coaching.
Word.
Yeah, like everything I'm doing competitively is to set myself up to be a better coach.
Word.
Damn, dude.
That works,
That's
dude.
what's up, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. The more you're able to test what you do, the more you're able to speak on it. So
yeah, absolutely.
That definitely plays well.
Yeah, and also his guys, like his crew, like I've gone over there trained a couple times. They fucking love him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, which is important.
Thanks, man.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
It's definitely important the way people look at you as a coach. Like I teach at Panacea, which is in Foley, and like our people are like diehard over there. It's like places you think are made up like Molino. But the people that are there are like Justin. Like they sound like that.
Yeah.
But them type of people are like so pure. Like the way
wanna
they
be
feel.
They're ride or die.
Yeah. They're there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when they speak their mind on something and like they fall in love with a coach or like a situation or a gym, it's like they're there, ride or die to the end.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you feel responsible for like shaping and directing like where they're learning, or like if they come to you with like, I need advice on this thing, and it's like you're like, dude, I need advice, bro.
Like, bro, it's crazy. You think I got shit figured out?
Dude.
Like I'm working at a gym.
Yeah.
Like
I went through
like
more
none
shit
of us
than
in
you
here.
are.
Yeah.
This dude is like at my gym. This white belt super nice kid in his like early 20s, white belt, and I don't know how much he makes, but I have suspicions. He's got to be clearing 6 figures as in his early 20s. He's like killing it. He just got hired by Google to go work at headquarters. And yeah, he comes to me with like life problems, and I help him because I care about him, of course. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, bro, you're doing really fucking well.
Yeah, dude, he's like, I met this girl named Brittany, and she's pretty cool.
She's been coming to my basketball game.
Yeah. I don't even play basketball, but I'm there.
She's at the YMCA for some reason.
Yeah,
just one wild chick in the bleachers, just her. Yeah. So it's so funny when these people who like assume because you're good at a thing, like
that you're good at
everything,
everything
figured out. I'm like, yeah, really,
dude. Like, how old are you?
30.
30. So I'm 31, and you can maybe speak to this. When I was a child, dude, I looked at adults like, dude, they're fucking a different thing. Mm-hmm. I haven't become an adult yet. I don't know when that happens. I don't know when you stop being a child.
Dude, I have a suspicion. I'm the same thought. Yeah, I have a suspicion it doesn't.
It probably happens when you start taking yourself too seriously.
Yeah. Like, I remember my dad's dad. That was a fucking adult.
Yo, 100%.
Yeah.
He went to World War II. Okay?
Yeah.
And now we're in 3, but like back when it was World War II, he was in it. He got shot and he got sent home.
Well, listen, man. Good news for you.
Yeah.
You can go to one.
Yeah.
We got one coming up.
That's what. You let me know how it goes.
You trying to be an adult? Here's your opportunity.
There's a recruiter about to kick that door down right now and be like, I heard somebody
they heard it.
Grow.
Yeah.
When they knock on, I'll be like, wah, wah.
Guess what? I have an opportunity for you. It's called the Navy.
Yeah. How do you feel about personal growth?
Yeah.
He pulls out a fucking Marines pamphlet. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I'll just be like, dude, I got throat tattoos, dude. You can't draft me. They don't like me. Look at my fingers.
They don't give a shit no more, man.
Yeah, they're not about to give a shit in like a couple levels of escalation. They're gonna be like, you know what we like?
Neck tattoos.
People with all limbs.
All limbs? You think they will require all limbs?
Dude, they're like, roll in here, walk in here, crawl in here. I don't give a shit. Come in here.
Oh, fuck.
Dude with one finger that can do entry data, data entry for them. They're like, sick. You're good to go, bro. Yeah. Appreciate you, soldier.
Man, it's wild what's happening, but damn, dude. So Iowa, how long were you there for?
Only like a couple years.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you were just like, I want to go back to Atlanta. You love Atlanta?
Honestly, I thought I was gonna move back and move on, kind of thing. I was like, yeah, it'll be a pit stop. I like drop by in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'll like finish up my degree. My eventual ex-fiance was like, she was my high school sweetheart, and I was like, we split up when I went off to college, and then I came back, and I was like coming back for her. Yeah. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna come back. I also like burned out on wrestling so hard, dude. Yeah. My freshman year was my redshirt year, so like, if y'all are unfamiliar with a redshirt is, like, they slap that thing on you, and you just like, you don't really compete for the team. You still train full time. You still go to tournaments, but you wear like, I wore like an all black singlet. You just can't wear the team singlet. You can't compete in their name, and you can't be coached by anybody on the staff. What? So you basically like run as an independent guy and like fund your own competition. But other than that, you're on the team. So it's a way for you to like, you get an extra year. So most people that wrestle in college, wrestle 5 years. It's a redshirt year and 4 years of eligibility. It's not popular in a lot of other sports because like the draft exists.
Yeah.
And
big money.
Yeah, I know.
Future.
Yeah. Nobody wants to spend an extra year in a sport when you can make.
Exactly. So like, and what happens? You give that guy one more investment year to get better, and then he just leaves you 1 year earlier. You're like, nah, man, we're putting him on the field.
Yeah. No, you got to get what you can out of guys.
So like,
sports like that.
It's real popular in wrestling is that redshirt year.
Because there's no money.
And then because there's no money. And so I come back my freshman year, then after my redshirt year, and I'm already like super burnt out. But I'm like, look, I'm going to start this year. I'm going to like, that'll be the thing. It'll make it all worth it. Yeah. And I started for like one dual meet. We flew out to New York. We competed against Maryland, Central Michigan, and I should know the other name.
Milano.
Yeah, Milano University.
Milano made it, dude.
MU.
They're most known for that one New York trip.
Yeah.
I did.
It took them 6 days to get there. Yeah.
I had one match. I lost. It was like super competitive. I went for a big throw right at the end. I got pinned. Then I come off, so I was like 0-1, and I like am chilling out in the locker room afterwards, and like finals are coming up. It's like around Christmas time, and like when you're wrestling in college, you get my freshman year, I got 2 days off for Christmas. I flew back. I had Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then fly right back to Iowa. So you get 2 days off. It's the middle of the season. And I was like, man, so I'm not going to get a Christmas break. Finals are coming up. I'm not going to have time to study. And this dual meet, my first time starting, really wasn't all that cool. It's still as lame as it always is. I had to cut weight and do all this crappy stuff, and all my friends are having fun and all this stuff. And I was like, nah, man, I think I'm out. So I quit. I walked away. I was hella burnt out. I didn't want anything to do with grappling or anything like that. Luckily, my scholarship cleared for one more semester, so I just got to be a student for a semester there, and then I came back. And then I was so removed from it. I didn't want anything to do with wrestling. I was going to go the opposite direction. And my old youth coach reached out to me and was like, hey, man, you want to coach? And I was like, nah. In my head, I'm like, not really. And then he told me what he'd pay me. And I didn't have to apply for the job. And I was like, oh, well, it's better than $0.
Yeah.
That's the way that works. Sure. I'm going to wait tables or do this. I ended up doing both. I was like, wait tables, do this. This would be cool. And coaching kind of reignited it for me. That's where I always kind of knew I wanted to be a coach. But after wrestling, in college, I wanted nothing to do with it. Yeah. And then seeing people rediscover the sport, all these youth wrestlers and high school kids that still love it. I'm kind of brought it back for me.
Yeah.
And that gradual process walked me back into, and at the same time, I thought it was going to be a short little time in Atlanta. I was getting to know this high school sweetheart again, everything. We end up moving in together, and that lasts 6 or 8 months where we move in together, and we were going to move in and decide what we wanted to do with our lives. And we kind of put our heads together and we're holy shit, we have really different plans. I was in my head, I'm I want to wrestling coach and maybe some fighting and I want to do all this stuff. She's like, well, cool. I want kids in the next 2 years. I was like, oh, and I want to move out into the suburbs and we're going to raise those kids and that's all we're going to do. And you're going to be PTA dad and all this stuff. And I was 22. I was no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
You're I coach kids if you want to come to class.
Yeah, if you want some kids, I got way too many. They're obnoxious.
Whatever kid you want, just pick.
Just snatch them. Their parent will probably think, you don't even have to do it quick. Just be like, hey, I'm taking your kid. And he's going to go, thank God, finally. I'm going to look the other way so I can tell my wife later that,
the kid's kid's is it Brittany or not Brittany? Okay.
She keeps coming around my dual meets. I don't get it. She hasn't figured out there's no money in wrestling. So yeah, I kind of fell out with her. Fell back into fighting and grappling and everything, fell back in love with it and fell in love with the city. I was planning on leaving Atlanta. Yeah. But it was my first time living in the city proper, and it's fucking awesome. It's so fucking awesome. I lived there for 6 years. I just moved out 6 months ago and moved to closer to the gym. 10th Planet Atlanta is 35 minutes outside the city.
Yeah, just about.
So yeah, it's one of these weird things where I kept trying to pull away from both Atlanta and grappling, dramatically. I went out to Iowa to get away from everyone, and then came back. I broke up with my girl, came back, was going to get away from wrestling, came back, end up, I did judo, I did jiu-jitsu, I, keep ending up back in the dang thing. And then about 4 years ago, I was head of business development for a little marketing agency, and I was white belt? Blue belt, pretty early in jiu-jitsu journey, and I was like, man, I'm 25 and I'm doing really well, but I really like this jiu-jitsu thing. So I gave up my salary and I talked to the guy about it, and I was like, yeah, man, I just don't have any free time. I'm working 60 hours a week, and I want to train more. I want to do things. I want to do things I enjoy with my time. Yeah. And he was like, that kind of makes sense, man. I hope it works out for you. So maybe 3 years ago, I did that, and 3-4 years ago. 25 at the time. Damn, it's been
you've been training jiu-jitsu forever.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I ended up giving up my salary and going full send on the full-time jiu-jitsu thing. Yeah. And it's been really fucking solid. There are times where I'm man, that salary would be real nice right about now. Yeah. But the actual waking up every day in the morning and being hyped to do what I do. Part of why I was late was the people I was coaching were asking questions after class, and I stuck around an extra 40 minutes to talk with them specifically. We had a kid that was working the front desk and couldn't come in for class, and then he came in right at the end and was like, hey, can I see what we did? So I taught it all over again with him and another kid. And like, I say kid, they're all grown fucking men, but like, and then
it's your students. It's like hard to not be dad.
Exactly. So like, I end up like, this is a career that I really enjoy investing in and like caring about, and wake up every day and go to bed like feeling fulfilled. And like, it works out in that way, like really dramatically. When I was like, white collar life was solid. It's fine. It's not terrible. It's not, amazing or anything, but like, you don't feel fulfilled at all. You're like, you just spend your day making somebody else money. So
do you have any advice on people that are trying to make a transition to do that?
Save up money. No.
But also, yes.
But also,
like, how are you able to do it at first? Like, there's people around here that fight for, I mean, I guess you could call it a living, but really they're just living off of sponsorships to the next fight, and then they keep doing that. But they're not teaching because they're the fighter.
Dude, juggling is those two is super hard. And I'm really glad, like, the gym I teach at is... it's only like 15 minutes apart or 10 minutes apart or whatever, but like it's a different location. I've had some of my students like come into 10th Planet Atlanta and like
get fucked up.
For sure. But they like come in and I'm always like, yeah, you guys are welcome in there or whatever. And they come in and I see them and I'm like, what's up, bro? And I just keep moving. Yeah. Because I'm like punching the clock. This is my time. Yeah. So like having it in a separate location versus like having to do my training in the same spot with my students is rough. Like... That's a really good idea because you can't do coaching and teaching at the same time. You're just gonna do both of them
like half-ass.
You're not gonna feel good about how you did either they're getting screwed or you're getting screwed, and it's gonna be rough for you.
And a lot of times it's both.
Yeah. Also, another thing is like a lot of these guys that are fighting, they've been doing it for 2-3 years. They don't have like the extensive background to be teaching. Yeah, right? So it's hard.
They're also solely focused on their development and their future and their progress. But like, how do you afford it at first? Asking for a friend
financially. So initially, my boss was super cool when I gave up my salary and was like, "You can." I like sales contracts I'd land, and I was like, "I want to take some of these contracts." He was like, "How long can you give me?" Yeah. And I was like, "How long do you need?" And he's like, "Can you train your replacement?" I said, "Yeah." So I trained my replacement. This dude comes in and basically takes over my job, and I grab the contracts that I still have relationships with these clients, and I moved to basically part-time. But I kind of I wish I could pretend I was like super diabolical about how I did this. I supervised. I was the head of business development for 2 years, something like that. And so I'd supervise all the contractors. So I knew exactly what you had to put in, what I had to do to just be better than all the other contractors. Yeah, just a little bit better. So like, it's like the server that's been there too long. Yeah, at the restaurant, they know exactly what corners to cut. Yeah. So I, on paper, was working 40 hours a week. Yeah. And in reality, was working like 15, 20. Yeah. And they really couldn't let me go because
you were still killing it, and
and I have these good relationships with these clients where like when they mess up, they go, "Well, Kevin used to handle this," and they go, "All right, hey man, can you call these guys and like make it right?"
You're fucking Ryan Reynolds from Waiting.
Yeah.
He was the vintage guy that was there, and he's like fucking whipping shit around.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, where is he? Where's our old server or whatever? Yeah, that was me for a while. So I would love to like say I have like a cool answer, but I stumbled the fuck into it.
Dude, it feels like that is
a really good situation.
It's a very long-winded way to say sex work.
Well, yeah, start an OnlyFans.
Dude, it absolutely feels like there's no path or cookie cutter way to be successful. It's the same thing with stand-up. It's like all you have to do is just keep doing the thing that you want to get paid for or want to make a living off of, and put in the work, and people will see, and then they'll just want you to be a part of theirs. You know, it's like
I will say,
no path, really.
Yeah, in that regard, I guess embracing your fans is a really, really good idea. It makes people super uncomfortable to like market themselves. and connect with their fans. And I like get that. You get some random person from like Australia in your DMs telling you how like dope your jiu-jitsu is and asking you questions, or your stand-up, or like one of my fighters has like a meme page, Baby Goose. If you guys want to follow him, he's dope.
Follow it.
Yeah,
Baby
he's
Goose.
really funny. And his account just got taken down at like, I don't know how many followers, but a lot. And it got hacked. So he restarted one. So Baby Goose, yeah, it's his fight name too.
Oh, nice.
So
Hell yeah.
he gets like these random people like asking him technique questions about fighting. Like, hey man, how should I do this stuff? And his answer is always like, ask your fucking coach.
Yeah.
But like, it was really uncomfortable for him for a long time to just even have any contact. He was just like deleting the messages, which is not how you cultivate a following and a community. It's like, embrace your fans. It's gonna make you hella uncomfortable. It should.
Hey,
it should.
Yeah.
We're in a little bit different position because like our fans, or whatever you would want to call them, want to be on.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
not
we have the ability.
how it goes.
It's very interesting in our because of what we do. You know, it's like we can
Everybody
have the
wants
people.
on.
You know, they have the opportunity to be on here, so it's like everybody wants to do it, and it's like
And like, I'll use an example, but I won't give details. There'll be somebody with like 3 posts and like 10
somebody that
followers,
we don't know.
and they don't, and they'll have literally nothing on their page as far as like what you could pick up off of them without having a conversation with them. And they'll be like, they'll
Yeah, bro,
DM
I'm
you and
funny
be
as
like,
hell.
I want on.
Yeah,
And I'm like, tell me about yourself. And they're
Who
like,
is you.
Yeah.
Just dry
If
as fuck.
there was any kind of way to like leverage
Like
them
cardboard.
as content so that they got to be a part, and also you were like getting like useful content out of it that you could just like, okay, cool.
Well,
pumping
this
it
is
out.
also an issue.
Yeah.
I could have asked, well, tell me something that's happened in an episode if you're like this big on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your favorite thing that happened?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Who's
episode?
been your favorite guest,
Yeah.
or like, what's something?
Yeah. Give him some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be funny.
I
Be
will
interesting. Tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me what's the most interesting that's ever happened in your life.
Yeah.
You just ask. Everybody's got like something interesting that's happened to them.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how funny or how bad people are at like relating that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Theo, you know Theo Vaughn, right?
Yep.
He'll
Yeah.
just have like, it'll be like a garbage truck driver. It's like, okay, I guess maybe I want to fucking listen to a garbage truck driver. Like,
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
me something. You got to give me something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, you can't just be like, okay, put me on.
Now, we've had
For
people
what?
that we were like fans of or thought were super interesting, and they came on and like just.
Saying
Too
They
cool
just-
for school, too cool to play. Yeah.
Well, maybe not too cool, but just was like, all right, now the show happens, and then it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but you gotta be a part.
And
like,
it's
make
not.
something
And it's
happen.
not as much
Yeah.
as like I don't know.
They sit back and they're like, entertain me. Like what?
Yeah.
Well, some of them like, okay, so like we're best friends, and we'll get going on some
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
right? And
Sometimes
they'll just,
it's bad because like if we don't do a solo podcast every once in a while, like we'll have a guest on and we'll just go for 30 minutes and then we'll be like, fuck, we have a guest, and then like we have to like, you know what I'm saying?
dude, we literally
Yeah, involve them somehow.
we did an episode, and we did 55 minutes or something on him being abducted by Cam and Eric.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
first 55 minutes of the episode was him being in a dungeon with Kim and Eric fucking him. That was the first
Sun in my
55 minutes
balls.
of like an
Yeah.
hour and 20-minute podcast.
It's called
The
it.
whole thing was just we just went on this rip. I meant to tell you, I went to my favorite. There's this gas station I go to every morning.
Okay.
On the way, they found out I do a podcast, right? Because I had my shirt on. I was like, y'all check it out, whatever. I go in the other morning and I'm like checking out, and the dude has a pretty heavy accent, right? He's my homie.
Okay.
And he's like, and he goes, "Hey man, I got a question." And I was like, "What's up, dude?" And he goes, "Did you really get abducted?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "They said they locked you in a basement or something." And I was like,
You're like, no, I got out of it. It's legal. I can't talk
I
about
was
it.
like, I
did
signed
sign
it.
the
I
NDA.
signed an NDA.
You signed the
No,
fucking
I was like, no, man, we were just joking, and I was about to call you just to be like, dude, I cannot believe
Should've
that
looked him
just
in the face and
happened.
said, yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
You should have
What's up?
called me.
Did you listen?
Dude, you should have called me and told me
I've
I was
changed.
your lawyer, and we would have just fucking put. Hey, I'm speaking to
Put
my
him on
lawyer. Let me
speakerphone?
put him on speakerphone real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Here's my lawyer.
yeah. I would have just fucking
What
ripped
we're
off,
allowed to
dude.
talk about.
Hilarious.
But yeah, man.
So y'all do stand up?
No. I would love to do
No.
stand up. I have like fucking tons of bits in my phone though.
Oh,
yeah?
I know how that is. Yeah, I'm in the
Yeah.
same spot. I had like
Really?
yeah, COVID messed me up, but I had like a before 30 list, and one of them was stand up.
Dude,
it was all. Yeah. It was just 30
I will show you
my
fucking list.
Yeah, just to fucking do.
Yeah, stand up seems absolutely fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
So
scary.
Oh,
so scary, dude.
Yeah, it's always the same. You like deliver that joke. It happens at every party, right? You deliver that joke and nobody gets it. You go, oh my God.
You're like, dude, this is a hitter too. You're so confident.
Like some of my bits,
right.
I just write shit down that I'm like, dude, that fucking slap.
Yeah.
Bro, doing an open mic's not that hard. Like, you get like 2 to 5 minutes ready and just fucking jump in there.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I have, like, my shit isn't like, do you know who Mark Norman is?
Yeah.
It's not like that. My shit is stories.
Yeah.
So it's like, I could tell a story and then get off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like jujitsu.
Yeah, but you say it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
That sounds dope.
Yeah. No, I mean,
No.
Okay. No, I'm trying. But it's like
He got so uncomfortable with the compliment. He was like, "No,
dude." It's like the first time you ever go to fucking a gym, like if you have no background in it at all, and you're like, "Oh, I'm funny around my friends," or I can beat up my friends. It's like,
man, I got in some fights in school.
No, I smack, dude. Bro, when I get mad, I see red.
It's
like,
dude.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, that
no, I
guy.
don't fight because I don't know when to stop, dude.
Yeah, dude. I don't want to hurt somebody. I don't know if I can live with that on my soul.
I can't go to jail, dude. I can't go to jail. It's like that, but it's like I remember the first time I ever stepped to the door of a gym, and I was like, wow, I never knew what anxiety really felt like before that, and then I was like, it's like electricity's going through your body. You didn't even drink like an energy drink or anything, but it feels like that, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck's about to happen? Yeah. Hi, I'm here.
Bro. Yeah. When did you start doing jiu-jitsu?
July 26, 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, like, I don't want to speak for you, but, like, I started wrestling at, like, 13, right?
Same.
And my brother beat the shit out of me prior to that. So I kind of, like...
I have three sisters all bigger than me. Oh, so, man. Same story.
Yeah. So, like, I don't have that story. I don't have that experience, right? Like, everyone talks about how intimidating it is to go into a gym, and I'm like, man. So, like...
that's all you know.
Right. So, like, I'm going to therapy. They're talking about, like, oh, yeah, what are your, like, trigger points and, like, your trauma? And they were, like, bringing up, like, violent altercations I've been in. I was, like, talking about them. And, like, I'll talk about, like, violent altercations, like, horrifying shit I've seen. And, like, like, casually talk about, like, we've all seen somebody's bone break before, right?
Yeah.
Like, you've probably seen that in your
I mean...
You're like, yeah, we, like...
I might have seen it firsthand.
Firsthand?
Quite literally.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah.
We can move on.
Intended.
So we've all seen this stuff, right? We've seen somebody get, like, beaten unconscious. And, like... Or you've been that person who that happened to. And I'm, like, talking about this casually, as we all do, right? And she, like, starts talking about, like, dating and emotional commitment. And I'm like, okay, yeah, triggered. Back out.
Yeah.
Panic there now. She's like, I need you to visualize. And
like,
nope,
you go out. You go out, they start shaking your legs to get you to come back.
Up to my therapist, like, foaming at the
mouth. Bro, it's judo refereeing. Somebody come get this man.
Yeah,
get your man.
You're like, what happened? And they're like, we're talking about commitment. And you're like,
it happens again. Just dive out the window. Yeah. So, like, my that anxiety kick that people get, I get it before competing, like, it's real, like, nerves happen or whatever like that. But it's been such a part of my life forever. Is it similar to you?
Yeah, it's different. Like, the performance anxiety, especially like when I went to school, UT Knoxville, and I double majored in, like, industrial engineering and jazz performance. So, like, I was, like, on stage, like, performing, like, multiple nights a week. And, like, at first it's fucking super scary, and then after a while you're just like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna throw myself up there, like, and as long as, like, the preparation's there, like, which is, like, it's hard to do when you're first stepping into a gym, right? There's no preparation that you really can do for it. That's why it is still a little scary, but as long as the preparation's there, you're like, okay, cool, I'll just fall back on what I know, what I've practiced, what
like
I'm
muscle
ready for,
memory.
and you're good, right? Yeah. But first can definitely be a little scary. Like, for jiu-jitsu, it wasn't as scary because I had done judo for maybe, like, 6 years at that time, right? Yeah. And so it's just like, okay, cool. Like, I'm just showing up to a gym to do, like, this soft shit.
Yeah.
I literally showed up to do jiu-jitsu for my first day because I had, like, nerve damage from judo, right? Damn, and so, like, I took off, like, maybe, like, ruthless. 3 months. And I was just like, okay, well, I can't come back into judo right now. So I'm like, okay, I'll do jiu-jitsu, like, whatever. Yeah, but fucking, like, doing like the fucking bows and shit like that, where you're like on your knees, and my legs would go to sleep. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, I'm about to tap out from like sitting on my
Sitting
on my
goddamn knees.
Yeah, dude.
So yeah, it
Damn,
was.
this shit's hard. Like sweating.
Yeah, I was like, fuck,
You're like,
this
when
is
do we
hard.
get off our knees, man?
This
Like,
is harder than I
bro.
thought it was. Close guard,
man.
Somebody
fuck.
come launch me. Like,
Close guard top. I can't figure this shit out.
dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. I absolutely got my ass beat in wrestling. It just happened like early enough that it didn't seem weird to me. I was like 13 years old getting fucked up.
Dude, we were talking about this in the last podcast. Like, I grew up with this kid. His name was Boo. But I, at the time, was like 15. We didn't speak on that part, but I'm about to,
Okay. I was like, we talked about this
I'm
on the last podcast.
I'm about to bridge the gap on the two. But, so he was like 7 or 8, and he was tiny. And, like, he got the nickname from his dad. But I was like 15, and I was like this size, but I was 15. And we skated on what we called the bridge, because it was the only fucking bridge in the neighborhood. But he had a half pipe in his backyard that was 13 foot. So, I mean, he himself is like 4 foot.
Man.
And he's dropping in like how we eat potato chips.
Yeah.
You don't even think of fear when you grab a potato chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's dropping in like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, that is almost, math's hard, 4 times your size. Or it's more than 4 or 3 times your size. You could die. You could break. And he was like, what? No, I mean, I just did that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Hey, it's like if I
Fear's
told you,
different.
like, hey, man, you could die walking down some stairs. You'd be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah. Man.
Now, the documentary The Staircase will tell you otherwise.
Very true.
But, I mean, you need, like, an upset husband to hit you over the back of the head, and maybe there was an owl, but maybe there wasn't.
There could have been an owl.
There could have been an owl. Now,
Yeah,
did
but
this
owls
also
are
happen
fucking
in
scary.
Australia and America? I don't know. There's owls
knows, right?
fucking everywhere. That's on Netflix, by the way, if you want to watch it. It's fucking good.
It sounds like I do.
because you just
Yeah.
don't
It
believe the
sounds
guy
like
the
I do.
entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely not going to, but I'm going to say I am for the podcast.
I'm going to look it up
Sure.
on Wikipedia and claim
Yeah,
that I watched
just get
it.
the Spark Notes.
And I'm going to
it'll
tell
be good.
other people to watch it.
Yeah, you're like, I'm referencing this from episode.
Yeah.
Some people suck. Yeah, man, it was
It's
good.
good. It's good. The Staircase. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it, dude. So, what is your next plan? Like, obviously, you just got done with PGF, but like, what is the next step? Like, you came in second.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how was that whole fucking journey?
That
And
was, yeah.
like, we literally
Yeah.
while we were doing podcasts, we had it
Yeah.
live.
Oh,
I was at
so-
at work getting my dick kicked in, like watching the live shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But
It's
one
sick.
of the days fell on a Thursday, and we record every
Yeah.
Thursday, and we were watching live while we were trying to have a guest.
Yeah. I
So-
think that was Eric and Cam's night.
Oh fuck! It was
Yeah,
episode
Eric and Cam
100.
were
Oh,
watching
good.
it
So
with
they were
us,
on
yeah.
there, and we were like,
You made a guest appearance.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
That's
did.
dope, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like hearing that people like enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining as fuck, but of course I would, right?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
you were there for a week, right? Yeah.
so it was a week long thing, dude. It was. I cannot stress. I can't speak for anybody else. It was so fucking cool. It was
Yeah.
like the most fun I've had grappling maybe ever.
Damn.
Yeah. So like the tournament in and of itself is real cool and like real fucking grueling. Like the 3 matches a day, every day in your head, you're like, okay, yeah, but there's 6-minute matches. Like that's less time than I spend sparring at practice. I'll be fucking fine, right?
Yeah.
But it really breaks you down. I mean, we woke up in the morning. Me and Kevin Beering would drive to 10th Planet Decatur, get like an hour and a half roll in, just to loosen up and warm up everything from the day before,
Yeah.
and then like drive back, eat, sleep, whatever. Then we had to be there for sometimes we didn't have time to drive back. We'd be there at like 4 p.m. Matches start at 6. 4 p.m. for like Sean to walk every single person on the team through each of their 3 matches. And like game plan and work with them. Then it starts. We compete. That's cool. We leave out of there. We like spend an extra hour staring at the board and looking at everybody's like planning
Points,
things out.
yeah.
Yeah, looking at everybody's points. We go back and like we're all in the same Airbnb and we sit around this little table and like have our food or whatever and just go person by person all of our matches tomorrow, all of everybody else's matches, like from the other teams, and how those are going to play out.
Breakdowns of everything.
And break down, like, start projecting who's going to be in the playoffs and, like, how that's going to line out.
Which y'all kind of sweet.
Yeah, we saw that.
That's cool.
Yeah. And, like, we put tons of work. Sean put tons of work, and we all put tons of work. All the team toe hold people took that shit so seriously. Yeah. Like, towards the end of the week, people just aren't, thanks, man, yeah. People just aren't showing up.
Yeah.
So, like, in the midst of all that, like, grueling intensity, every time you win, or, like, the PGF staff, like, producers, like, look at you and, like, bring you over towards a camera or whatever, you have to drop all of that intensity and just cut a fucking promo right there and start being likable and, like, haha, yeah, man, dude, like, what's up? Yeah, dude, and that, I did not realize how fun that was gonna be. Like, almost none of that shit I said was, like, planned. Some of it was, and I think you could tell which ones were. But, like, for the most part, it was just like I just came out of, like, some kind of match and was like, all right, time to, like,
put on,
flip that switch on and, like, be super fucking likable and, like, whatever. And then, like when I lost to Evers, I was like, it was like my first loss of the season, and I was like, yeah, guys, like, I had a great time, like, you know, that handsome train doesn't stop here, or whatever I said, or something like that. I'm like, ha ha ha, and then I walk in the back and I'm like, fuck, and, like, sling a chair. I'm like, it's like a unique challenge that you don't get to do in grappling, and you don't really, like, I understand why some people wouldn't enjoy that aspect of it, the performance aspect of it, but I thought it was super fucking fun.
That's sick, though. Yeah, it's like you said, it's like being a wrestler. It's like putting on that, like, caricature.
Yeah.
You know what you do? You just studied tape from, like, 98 to, like, 2003 or 4 of, like, WWF to WWE.
Hell yeah.
That's all you got to do,
That's all you need, dog.
Yeah,
study a little bit of The Rock. Just like, get them going and be like, it doesn't matter.
Just cut a promo every single time. Just a straight up, like, one of the classic, iconic. Just,
just
walk up, fuck what you said, and just go off script, just pure script the whole time.
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome, dude. So what do you have coming up next? Like, since PGF is done.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. Well, they're doing trials for the next season, and
when is the next season?
It's gonna be November, I think. It's at 155 and women's 135.
Oh, nice.
So what are you
doing?
now?
Women's 135, correct?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not doing that. Fuck 55. I did 55 for MMA. I'm never gonna weigh that again in my life. But I have some guys that I coach that want to do it. So I'm gonna be cornering them. Yeah, it'd be really cool. Brandon wants to have me down there for that season for something.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what, but he said, I want to get you down here, which would be dope. Yeah. I want to do me, Kevin Beering, Kevin Primo versus the three Elkins brothers in a trios match. Do the Kevins versus the Elkins.
That'd be dope.
Just like how they did the Battle Rama in this last season. There's a lot of stuff I'd want to do. I'm doing West Coast trials coming up.
Like April?
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to do it at 88 kilos.
Ooh. So what do you weigh right now?
About 197.
You weigh 197?
I mean, big as shit since the PGF.
Yeah, but you don't
what
even
was
fucking
this last one?
look
170?
that big.
Is that what the last one was?
Yeah, 170 was the PGF.
What?
So
yeah, you don't look one. You don't
bro,
look
you look
big.
170, just maybe a little.
They said you look
thick
soft.
Yeah,
bro.
They said you look small.
Go easy, guys.
I mean, you
No,
look
not
small
like
for 195.
Yeah,
dude, you're no
You
Paulo
pull off
Costa
190
or some
really
shit.
well.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Like, every time I, like, look at Ryan and I'm like, Ryan Aiken, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's a medium-sized 88 kilos guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this a good idea? Probably not. It's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
But the alternative, there's no fucking way I make 170 again. That's ultimately what it was like, I knew the PGF was probably gonna be my
What
last
is
time
it?
making
It's early
170.
March. Dude, it's late February. By April 4th,
Let's
Dude,
talk, dude.
It's
Come on.
miserable to make. I can make it. It's miserable to make it, and, like, I don't think I have a future at 170 as far as being the best in the world. So, like, you look at...
so go heavier.
Yeah.
Go heavy.
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, dude. The problem's the agility of the guys at 77 kilos. Yeah. They're quick like a motherfucker. I looked at the way the medalists move at East Coast Trials, and I went, cool. I'm never going to be that quick. Like, it's so hard
how
to get
heavy are you
quicker.
going?
Probably just gonna stay right
245.
there. Okay. 245. Right now,
Dude,
as
you can
big
fuck
as
up
this
Derek
pizza
Lewis,
would
dude.
make-
He can't grab
Let's
his
go,
legs.
bro. Let's
he
find
can't even
him.
get.
Yeah, dude.
Is he a purple belt now? Because we can run that.
I don't even know, dude. I don't know.
I don't know, bro. Did you see his judo in the last
he
fight?
He got his green belt. He got his fucking green belt.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I might die. So I'm doing West Coast trials, and then there's an 85-pound bracket, the Mid-South Classic, that I'm like pushing to get in there. It's going to depend on which of 10th Planet Atlanta's like upper belts want that.
Yeah.
Because we're only going to put 2 people in, and like Chase and Ryan have first dibs, and there's a couple other guys that might also push for it. So like I kind of fall down that little like string list, but I really want to get in that. It's open belt, so like whoever can get in it. It's $2,000. I really want it.
And that's PGF as well, open, right?
PGF is open rank. Yeah. I got a few like finally some like sick black belt dubs, which was nice.
Yeah,
I know you're not supposed to care, but yeah.
I was like, I don't think you were a black belt. You're purple.
Purple.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and I was like, but I thought I saw someone that was a blue belt.
Kevin Beering.
That might have been
right.
Yeah,
He's only been
Our whole team toehold had no black belts on it.
How long has he been training?
A couple years.
Yeah, almost 2 now.
You know what's weird
Yeah.
is I actually DM'd him and was talking to him, but no, I wasn't. I was talking to his dad.
Oh
yeah.
I was talking to him and I was like, dude, those are 6 shorts. Like, what size are your shorts?
His dad
because I
sends you a
was gonna
picture of
order
his
a
shorts?
pair because his body type looked similar to mine at the time, and I was like, 6 shorts, dude, and he's like, that's my son, and I was like, what?
Hold on.
What? First off, it's weird that you got a message and now you got to explain that's your son. Yeah. Second off, I didn't expect to be talking to someone and say that's my son as the response. So I was like,
yeah,
okay,
blocked.
Yeah,
Blocked.
I was like, I don't even know what to do with this. Okay,
okay.
I was like, what size shorts do your son wear?
Cool. Can you ask him?
Weirder follow up question.
Yeah. Take a picture with Callie,
Yeah.
your cat, and say, "This is my daughter."
Yeah, I was like, I'm not
I
weird.
don't know.
Yeah, dude.
bro.
So that's some cool shit coming up,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Yeah, man, that's exciting.
do you know if anybody else is doing the trials?
Yeah.
Because I know Sean and Chase did it last year.
Yeah.
The East Coast.
The East Coast was Chase, me, and Ryan, and then dude from Creighton's named Logan Santos, was up there with us, which is cool. He's a super cool dude. He did 66 kilos. This time around, I think there's like a whole mess of people.
Word.
Like I think like Densu's doing it.
Yeah.
Densu's doing it. I'm doing it. Ryan's doing it. I don't know if Chase has said yet.
Okay.
I think he's still deciding whether he's going to do it or not. I think he's, not to speak for him, but I think he straight up hates the rule set.
Yeah.
Because like we know what's going to happen. He said it before the last one. He's like, yeah, here's what's going to happen. They're either going to like try and game the rule set to beat me on points, or I'm going to tap them, and that's probably how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Like that's, and he's like, that's going to be most of my trip through this bracket. Is like me just doing that until he gets to like the upper levels. And then it's still a solid strategy if you're fighting a guy that can break your legs that well.
Yeah.
So it's still probably a good idea to stall that dude out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he like, I don't know whether he's doing it or not. I like watching him compete, so I hope he does it.
Yeah.
But I also like watching guys stall him out. I'm like raging off in the corner.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Did you watch the Brazil trials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do some crazy shit.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like some guys are like fucking super solid, and then the other half are fucking
Dude, and you know what's even wilder is like some of the people that came up short, like Majid.
Yeah.
What? His jiu-jitsu is crazy.
Yeah, but he had
And
fucking Mika in the finals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and it's like some of these
The
people
gap
are
between
fucking
them two and the rest of the
destroyed.
field
Yeah.
is massive, dude.
Yeah.
Those two are so fucking good. And then it's like you got dudes breaking their own knees and heel hooks and stuff,
yeah.
like turning back
Oh,
into it.
there was one fucking dude.
I was like,
He's
where was this guy at East Coast Trial?
Yeah, I know. Like, I would have liked
What the
that
fuck?
dub right there. Like, dude was just like, okay, cool. You got me an Aussie, but you can't dig. Don't worry about it. I got you. That's my heel. You want it? It's on a platter. He's like literally digging his own heel out. I'm like,
Dude,
what are you doing?
That video of the guy, there's a guy who he grabs his own toes and heel hooks himself.
Yeah.
He's like in a heel hook and the guy can't get the dig, so he grabs
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
And he heel hooks himself. And then
I didn't catch that video.
it's
That's crazy.
Yeah.
crazy, man.
It
We'll
is
send it to
wild.
you. It's so fucking, you just look at it and you go,
Yeah,
be in my bracket, dude. You're submitting yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I want a dude who's like, you know what? Fuck this. Arm bars himself. I'm out, dog.
Yeah. That'd be wild.
Nobody gets me but me.
It's similar to like Europeans, right? European trials where you look at it and it's like, fuck, there's some guys in here who are fucking solid. Yeah. And it's like Owen O'Flanagan ran through ADA. He's fucking super dope, sick, leg locker, great guard. And he's just like, yeah, man. So I went in there and, got 5 leg locks against a bunch of Reuters. And it's like, you sure did. Right? Yeah. Like, you're good. And everybody else is just weird.
Yeah, there's
it's
like these massive gaps of like dudes who like.
It almost makes you wish there was like an amateur ADCC for the people that came in like second and third at the same time the ADCC is, or like a week before. So like maybe they can win an invite to be in next year or something.
Yeah. Little like B team ADCC to fight for the next one.
That'd be fucking dope.
Yeah, dude, I would fuck with some qualifiers for some qualifiers.
Yeah, BDCC. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I would fuck with some qualifiers for some qualifiers. The brackets get so weird with how many people they have in them because they literally couldn't seed properly. There's no way. There's too many people in them, and like especially with jiu-jitsu,
how do you even go about that?
Right?
Yeah,
like there's no
it's gotta
cohesive
be some sort
ranking.
Of random.
there is no one ranking system of any kind.
Right? Where do you put like
the number
Chase Hanna in as opposed to say
Joe Montana,
a multiple time a multiple time All-American college wrestler who's been doing jiu-jitsu for 6 months.
Yeah.
Where do you put versus
how
like,
does that?
Right?
Yeah.
Versus like a guy who's got a bunch of IBJJF accolades in the gi and is doing ADCC.
Yeah.
Like, how do you
or
even
Emil
begin?
Fisher who shows up in a gi.
Or Emil Fisher. Like how do you even begin to seed it?
Fuck,
yeah, he's funny.
God, he is a different breed, dude. Like I watch his shit on Instagram all the time. And he doesn't shy away from anything. He is who he is.
Yep.
Got it. It's like you wish more people in jiu-jitsu were like that.
He is authentically
Dude,
himself.
just more people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he
well, in jiu-jitsu or the sport of MMA in general, it's like people put on this show. Mm-hmm. Same thing in music, like we talked about with Blade. It's like people put on this show is like because it's been made famous to fake it till you make it. So it's like these people will put on way bigger than they actually are just to get a following. Yeah. And then it's like now you have to live up to that. Yeah. Entertain us. Go.
Yeah. Do something. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a dude in my gym with like 1 million TikTok followers or something. I don't fucking know. It's some crazy number.
Yeah.
100,000, 200,000. So crazy, right? He's wildly popular on TikTok for MMA. And he's undefeated as a pro up until just recently. And the amount of pressure that having 200,000, just picking random numbers or whatever.
We have 212 subscribers on YouTube right now.
Dude.
Right.
Hey, man, and you have half as many as Juni Ocasio. Your jiu-jitsu got to be good.
Yeah. His whole, like, shtick is, like, I'm going to make it one day. I'm living my dream. When I make it, they'll all be sorry. And these are all his like, TikTok videos.
Yeah.
And, bro.
You're building something that when that's not there, you're going to fall.
Right. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like,
dude, bro, I had 10 people around the mat for my first competition. I was losing it, dude. Right. I was freaking out. Right. I was like, dude, all these people are watching me. I was like, holy shit.
And that's something I will give up.
And those are homies.
I already applauded everybody on the team for this, but, like, that's what I am like envious of like 10th Planet is like everyone rides for you guys.
Mob
like there's nobody that's like, oh, don't fuck with that guy. He's the nerd of the team. It's like everybody rides with your team equally. Like it's not like that in all gyms, you know?
Yeah, dude, it's even crazier in like the broader world. I just that 10th Planet Chicago, I like rolled up there and they absolutely like were the homies immediately. Yeah. They were super cool. That's awesome. They were like rooting for me the whole time. They're rad. They're awesome. And it's the same at every 10th Planet I've been to where I'm like, oh yeah, I train at like 10th Planet Atlanta. They're like, oh cool, yeah, sick. You're now our friend. Immediately. Yeah. You're our friend. And if like you see other 10th Planet guys out at like tournaments, there was one funny time where that was not the case, where like some of the 10th Planet Jacksonville guys were like getting into it with like the ADCC officials and like Tom DeBlas at this last East Coast trials.
Yeah.
And like,
y'all were like, we're not with them.
They're like, it's like going down and like one of the Jacksonville guys is like trying to fight Tom DeBlas, and you can see like
Oh,
Tom DeBlas,
yeah.
He's like, we can settle this on the mat, and Tom goes, oh word, and Mo's like, nope, no, we can't, no, we fucking can't, and like,
Tom's got that.
all this shit's happening. I'm standing 10 feet away in a 10th Planet shirt, and I can see like 8 of Tom's massive buddies like staring me down, and I'm like, man, y'all have the wrong idea.
Where's my hoodie? Who got my hoodie?
I am waiting to. I am not here to back him up against all y'all. I'm here to scream World Star. Like that's it. That's all I want to do. I'm gonna stand over here. They like look at me and they're like, "We see you, bro. We know you're coming in as soon as this goes down." I was like, "Against Tom? No, it's not."
That was like, I think it was 2017.
I'll pick up the pieces when Tom's done.
When Dylan was like talking shit to Gary and them, and it's like, dude, clearly nothing's gonna happen. Why even talk shit here? Also, you're putting on a show, and it's like, you're already at that time the black sheep kind of the scene, so like people will want to see you stomped. And then what eventually happened?
Right.
I mean, it was at a nightclub, but still,
that dude immediately became a hero.
It's all
because he just stomped that guy.
It's all that pressure of leaning against like everybody hates me and all this shit, and then as soon as that's not there, or like that clout isn't.
Yeah, it's they hate me, but I'm real, right? Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, they hate me, but I'm a winner. It's like as soon as you're not a winner, everyone just hates you. That's it. Yeah. It's tough, that same thing, dude. Yeah, it's I always like respected the shit out of people who could do the bad guy thing. Like Elijah. Yup. Who could do the bad guy thing and like walk that walk. And I, for the longest time, was like, yeah, man, that's the play. And then you see one or two of them fall, and you're like, that's not the play. Those guys are ballsy as fuck.
It's because, like, also it's because they fall, and then they don't know what to do. Like, I hate to give this example, but Rhonda, like, she didn't know how to lose for fucking shit.
Yep.
Like, at least when Connor lost, he'd be like, yo, is the better man, like, he got me on that fight.
But
until it became time for the next fight, then he would be like,
I just made your wife was in me DMs. And I was like, okay, well, that went away. Connor, but for a long time, he was like, yeah, man, he was good. He's a good, better man. And moved on and just came back to fight. And like eventually that faded away. But I think it's the same thing. I think it's the door leaning. Like he was able to handle it to a certain level, and then like he just kept getting bigger. And like his ability to win fights kind of fell off. Either because the MMA world left him behind. He wasn't training as seriously while like Dustin's on his fucking grind. Like everyone that's still fighting is on their grind or whatever. And as soon as his ability to win fights doesn't match up to his like exponentially growing clout, like that's a lot of pressure.
But you got to give it to guys like Elijah who can keep the act, and then afterwards, win, lose, or draw, like he's a cool fucking dude. Like he had the match with Krellinson, was super fucking dope afterwards. Like you know, it was like, okay, cool.
John Combs. Like the losses he's had, he takes better than like most bad guys I've ever fucking seen. Like bad guys in that role that I've ever fucking seen, where he just like absolutely is like, yeah, man, it happens, and like moves on. I'm like, God, you're fucking good at that. Like what? Like that's an incredible amount of like poise
or self-awareness. He must really know himself to be like, that's the sport.
It'd be like that, dude. I wasn't gonna win forever. It's interesting, man.
Well, is there anything you guys want to plug before you get out of here?
I think there's probably something I should plug.
Because you talked way too much.
And someone's going to... I talk plenty. That's at Endless Reserve, right?
You need to have handsome
NFT
shirts.
plugs, bro.
What's up?
NFT plugs, bro.
Oh, yeah. PGF NFTs, man. Like, go buy my baseball card, guys.
It looks just like a baseball card.
Yeah, straight up. They were like, hey, man, how do you guys feel about this? And I'm like, I feel like I have a baseball card. I like asked them in the group chat about it, and he was like, hey, who wants to... B-Mac was like, hey, who wants to buy their own NFT? Any of y'all want to make sure you guys get this, get it? And I was like, look, you can sell the NFT. Just like send me like a JPEG. And I was like, can I ask that? Does that break the illusion of NFTs to like, if you just screen cap it for me, I'll be happy? Can I say that in this group chat? And like, he literally responded, I don't know what you're talking about, and just moved on. I was like, oh, I guess I can't. But there's NFTs out there. They actually have utility. They function as like tickets for the PGF finale. So like if you have
for season 4,
if you have an ultra rare card, you get in like VIP. You get like a bunch of stuff that comes with it. So if you pick it up, I'll be your friend. But also, it has other functions, not as good functions, but other functions.
Oh, yeah. Sick, dude.
Yeah, the friend is the top of the list. Yeah, them NFTs. Anything I'm missing?
You need to come out with handsome merch. It should just say handsome across, real big and thick and heavy. Yeah. And then on the back, your details.
Dude.
Yeah.
Thick and heavy. Yeah. Lay it on there, boy.
Yo, so my name before Handsome Kev was in the off season. I'd balloon up.
Heavy Kevy.
Heavy Kevy. Yep, that's the one.
Drip.
Yeah, I tried. That's the one I tried to run with.
handsome Kevin, and then put Heavy Kevy.
Heavy Kevy just across the belly,
or on the tag.
Yeah, there you go.
It's fucking like an arrow.
Your merch line, like your company, should be called Heavy Kevy merch,
dude.
And then you come out with like,
fucking bangers over
here.
Idea
guys, dude.
I really want to partner with Leglock Assassins and see if I can release my own line of like gear because I have that art background.
You absolutely can.
You can.
I'm like, man, let me do that. Oh, let's go. Yeah,
that'd be sick.
Word. I'm gonna get my own merch. People can pay me stuff.
Handsome, bro. Because we need handsome shirts. You know?
Yeah.
We need to let people know what we are because, like, in case they don't know.
Yeah. In case they can't see from a distance. Just like, what does it say? Handsome. Okay,
just,
got it.
Pixels, baby. Pixels ruin the handsomeness. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't picking it all up on this camera, you know? Gotta let them know. Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're getting the fuck up out of here. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you guys. This is a blast.
Thank y'all for driving.
I did not believe you came all the way for us.
Yeah,
bro.
Misunderstood. I wouldn't even ask, to be honest.
Dude,
because I feel terrible for that shit.
If I didn't think I was gonna like when I initially said yes, I was gonna stick around and train. I'm gonna be real with you. I would not have.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So like, I thought I was gonna stick around and train, and then I got like all these new tattoos, Right, like when you messaged me, you're like, "Yeah, you're gonna come in and train." I was,
hey, listen,
doing the math. I was like, "I'm not gonna be able to."
You hear that?
Static?
That's plastic on my belly from my stomach being tattooed.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm right there with you, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you guys again.
It was a blast, man. Thanks for having fun.
Hell yeah. Well, we're gonna get the fuck up out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We love you. Yee 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 yee.